a steel type. Rigid at times, but strong, unyielding, and driven. Welcome to your Pokémon type personality test. I am here to help you discover which of the 18 Pokémon types is right for you. To do this, I will be asking you to reflect on yourself, as well as asking you a series of simple questions to help you discover which path you should take. Now, before we begin, I would like you to close your eyes as we perform a brief and simple yet effective breathing technique just to help you relax and unwind. Are you ready? Please close your eyes and take a deep breath in now. Hold your breath. Hold, 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 and exhale. Excellent. One more. Take a deep breath in. 3, 2, 1. Hold, 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 and exhale. Well done. Open your eyes and let's begin. Before you are some basic examples of the Pokémon types. Of course, not all 18 types are displayed, but these are the generalized realizations of the types in order to arrive at the answers that we both seek. I will be utilizing cards that have been carefully selected for this specific exercise. They will aid me in realizing your type potential. I will retrieve the cards now. There are 18 cards here, one for each type that we will search with our hearts and minds this evening. I also have several specialized instruments that aid me in this type of work. If you could hold this stone in your right hand, please. I believe that it will help you focus your thoughts on the questions at hand. All right, are you ready to begin? Okay, so I will be selecting a card from the stack and asking you a series of questions related to the type of the Pokémon on the card. Answer these questions as truthfully as you can. Reflect on their implications. the most authentic light possible. Alright? Let's begin. The first card. Do you perhaps feel as though you have unending energy? Maybe you are the life of the party in social events or scenarios. Maybe you lack focus at times, bounce from one task to another. But when you do land on something that you are passionate about, you tend to unleash your creativity and energy and thrive. Maybe you are quick at times to give your opinion or speak your mind, which can land you in trouble. But you are also not afraid to speak up and enter a conversation that might otherwise be unapproachable to some. There are balances of negatives and positives to each of these personality types. And if any of the previously mentioned attributes fit you, then you might be an electric type. Shocking to some, but energizing to others. A balance of both can lead to a satisfying and rewarding life. The electric type. We will select another. Now, maybe you are reserved, calculated, and focused on the facts, not the feelings of the situations or people around you. Are you more of an introvert, possibly? Or are you the one, perhaps in social gatherings or situations, that prefers to stand off to the side and listen, take in information, and value the limited words that you do speak? Are you sometimes hesitant to share your emotions or feelings with a significant other, but this reserved demeanor allows you to be very purposely driven with your thoughts and actions? When you speak, others listen because you do not offer unnecessary or an overabundance of advice or comments. You pick your battles, but when you do, the decision and actions that you take are clear-cut and focused. If these attributes sound like they are describing yourself, then you might be a steel type. Rigid at times, but strong, unyielding, and driven. Focused on the facts and not mired down by feelings or emotions. Reserved, yet noble. The steel type. How are you feeling so far? Relaxed? Starting to unwind? Or even drifting ever so slightly off to sleep? That's perfect. Let's continue. Are you someone who perhaps at times shies away from conflict or confrontation? Are you eager to learn, but at times skittish in public or social scenarios? Are you as happy with your nose in a book as you are at a birthday party? Would you enjoy a walk through a field rather than a stroll through a metropolitan area, perhaps? Do you have maybe a close yet small group of friends who have similar interests as you that others just might not understand? All right. Would you describe yourself as a bit meek but curious? If so, then you might be a buck type. Skittish when it comes to intense or maybe even social outings, but energetic around like-minded people. Perhaps you enjoy learning and exploring things that others might find unappealing or a bit too niche. The buck type. And next, are you bold? Some would describe you as mysterious, but intriguing. Are you popular? Well liked by most people that you encounter? Are you driven, competitive, easily able to work your way to the top of your given pursuits? Do you value your ability to set yourself apart from others? Some might describe you as a leader, while others might describe you as overbearing. Have you encountered situations in which you might clash with someone who views themselves as your equal, as you compete for dominance in the hierarchy of a group? Does your competitive nature at times lead to conflict or stress to achieve and maintain excellence? If so, you might indeed be a dragon type, driven, motivated, talented, but at times overcompetitive, lacking the ability to sit back and relax and enjoy the moment, while your high goals and expectations for yourself might lead to a higher level of success. It might also lead to unnecessary, self-imposed expectations. The dragon type. Next, you are hardy, focusing on what you can feel, taste, touch, not concerning yourself with the superficial nature of life and the pursuits that some choose to follow. You might be described as blue collar, a diligent and hardworking soul. You enjoy being in the outdoors or around organic life. You have an affinity for a life that is a bit slower and grounded. You might be resistant to change, or at times struggle with the ever-moving and fast-paced nature of modern life. Some might describe you as old-fashioned, while others admire your love for history. If so, you might be a ground type, grounded in what you know and strong in your beliefs, with a love for nature or hard work, but perhaps at times hesitant or reluctant to step outside of what you know. The ground type. Next, you are the first to speak, sometimes the last to listen. You are not afraid to stand up for what you believe in, but at times you pick unnecessary battles. You are confident, driven, successful, but you are not everyone's cup of tea. You also love unapologetically and are often the leader in your relationships, rather than be that friendships or romantic or family. You are the one that people look to, but that comes with the cost of being the bad guy at times. If these attributes define you, you might be a fire type. The fire types burn with unyielding passion that can lead to great things, as well as heartache at times. The fire type. And next, do you yearn for exploration, adventure? Are you someone who does not like to be tied to one place, job, relationship, or situation? Do you easily feel trapped or caged in with responsibility or commitment, but you also might be the perfect person to go on a road trip with. You love adventure. You like trying new things, meeting new people. New possibilities excite you. You are a free spirit, but you might struggle to settle down or plant roots. You get easily bored with your job or work and always look to your next change. You live a life of excitement, but at times loneliness. You experience the good and bad of what the world has to offer. At times, you might be very happy. At times, you might feel as though you have strayed too far from home. If so, you might just be a flying type. Free spirits do not like to be tied down or committed for long to a situation that does not challenge them. The flying type. Next. You are sometimes considered stubborn, but you hold fast to what you know is right. You might be quiet, but strong-willed. People might come to you for advice or in times of emotional support. You are a shoulder to cry on, but inside you have a soft spot yourself. Perhaps you only have one or two people who truly understand you, but on the exterior you are always confident and composed. You might struggle to share your emotions, but others enjoy sharing theirs with you. And for that you are grateful. But at times you might feel burdened by the need to be the one who has it all together. If so, you might be a rock type, stable, sturdy, yet a undiscovered soft spot in your heart exists for those who are close enough to you to know. The rock type. Next, are you someone who feel as though you are a bit misunderstood? Have others at times told you that you are much different once they got to know you than what they originally thought? Do your resting facial expressions sometimes ward off would-be conversations with others? Do people feel as though you might not be approachable, but once they get to know you, you are quickly a close friend or confidant? Are you someone who feels as though you just need to spend some time around someone before they truly get to know you? Does your exterior appearance or personality create a bit of a shell that hides your true nature and warmth? If so, you might have the icy exterior of an ice type. someone who appears frigid and unapproachable, but given the proper warmth, will quickly become one of your closest friends. The ice type. Next, are you someone who thrives in chaos? Are you unburdened by appearances or the perceived need of approval? Do you focus on the here and now and sometimes struggle to plan for the future? Are you maybe someone who waits until the last moment to make plans, but are, on the other hand, someone who people know will be available if they want to do something fun? Do you tend to go long periods of time between haircuts or wardrobe updates? Are you described as a bit of a rebel, perhaps? But you know how to relax and remain stress-free, which makes you happy. If so, you might be a poison type, unburdened by appearances, focused on the present, and a bit chaotic, but still someone who is always a good time. The poison type. Next. Do you love nature above all else? Do you loathe the thought of living in a metropolitan city or somewhere where you can't experience the green and abundance of the wild? Are you someone who would describe themselves as a naturalist? Do you enjoy perhaps homegrown vegetables or fruit? Do you shop organic, or perhaps grow a garden of flowers, or keep a potted plant nearby? Do you at times have difficulty connecting to people, but animals and plants are very comfortable to you? Do you have a kind heart, but a bit of a aloof personality? Are you someone that people turn to if they are in need, but you might not be as focused as others? Would you describe yourself as someone who cares for the environment above all else? Do you look to preserve the future for those around you, but at times at the sacrifice of your own gain? If so, you might be a grass type, a kind-hearted and natural soul with a compassionate view of nature, an appreciation for all things natural. The grass type. Next up, do you enjoy the summer sun warming your skin? Is a hot summer day on a beach or a lake the perfect idea of a day well spent in your mind? Do you dream of the ocean spray, the wind in your hair as you sit and enjoy the natural wonders of the ocean. Do you enjoy spending your time fishing or indulging in other aquatic activities? Do you shudder at the thought of living in a landlocked area without access to natural waterways? Do you oftentimes feel a bit down in the winter months if you live in an area that experiences seasons? Do you prefer your days to be moving slightly slower paced, with less to do and less responsibility? But at times, that can create a bit of a laxed demeanor. If so, you might be a water type, someone who enjoys a good lounge on a beach, but at times misses opportunities that might arise for those who are actively looking for them. The water type. Are you a bit mischievous? Someone who doesn't mind to operate in the gray area if it's not stated to be against the rules? Perhaps you dabble just a bit. Are you someone who gets a lot of attention, both good and bad? Are you loved by some and loathed by others? Does your reputation precede you, both positively and negatively? Are you someone who perhaps everyone would want to date, but only some would want to marry? Do you live a bit on the wild side, at the expense of more long-term situations? If that's the case, then you might be a dark type. Not evil or bad, but mischievous and at times self-serving, but also alluring and eye-catching to many of those around you. The dark type. Are you someone who doesn't like to stray too far outside of the lines? You know what you like and don't feel the need to look too far elsewhere. Do you value stability and normalcy? Do you adhere to a strict schedule and way of doing things? Do you like things to be neat and orderly, but at times can be described as too boring for some, or lacking adventure? Have people ever told you that you don't have any fun, or things like that? The common is where you are most comfortable, but at times you struggle to branch out and get outside of your box. If so, you might be a normal type, someone who is stable, reliable, but perhaps a bit predictable. The normal type. Are you someone who enjoys things that might make others uncomfortable or squirm a bit? Do you thrive in situations where others would be uneasy? Do you tend to have a dark sense of humor, or have possibly experienced and lived through things that others can't possibly understand or imagine? Are you as comfortable with death as you are the living? Do you look to the ethereal for answers? Do you delve into the worlds and shadows that others might shy away from? But are you at times someone who others might be afraid of, or might be uncomfortable with getting to know or spending time with? Are you a bit of a loner who longs for companionship but is perhaps more afraid than they would like to admit? But at other times you are perfectly content with sticking to yourself and remaining unseen and unnoticed. If so, you might be a ghost type. You aren't afraid to be alone, and at times you embrace it. Yet at other times you wish to be seen or understood. The ghost type. We are approaching the end. Are you someone who feels as though you know someone's true nature quickly after meeting them? Do you consider yourself to be very good at reading others? Do you pick up on the emotions of those around you? Are you fascinated with how the mind works and how others' perceptions and thoughts operate? But at times do you struggle to connect with yourself and understand these mixed emotions, feelings, and readings that you perceive? If so, you might be a psychic type, someone who is in tune with those around them, but maybe at times feels as though they don't fully understand themselves. The psychic type. And last but not least, are you feisty? Someone who might be tougher than they appear, both physically and emotionally. Are you someone who does not like to let others see them cry? Do you value others' opinions of you, how you are perceived, your reputation? Do you feel the need to validate yourself, either from being discounted or from a sense of insecurity? Do you at times struggle with confidence or feeling as though you are not good enough, but that also motivates you and inspires you to work harder and achieve more? This balance is crucial to your day-to-day operations. If so, you might be a fighting type, sometimes lacking confidence or feeling as though they have something to prove, but using that to motivate them to go the extra mile. The fighting type. So, we have now went through all 18 types, and I believe I have a solid reading on your Pokémon type personality match. And I will now select a card that best describes what Pokémon type works for you, based on your reactions, answers, and expressions to the attributes and questions that I have taken you through, I have been able to pick up on subtle yet clear signals of which Pokemon type you are. Ah, the perfect card. This is your Pokemon type. A perfect match. I thought so. It was obvious once I read the attributes of that card. Whether you knew it or not, your reaction was very clear and strong. So, hopefully that gives you a bit of clarity. I will take the stone back. Hopefully it aided you in your journey. Please, if you would like a secondary type to be read or need further guidance on other Pokemon types, do come back and I will aid you to the best of my ability. Now, go out and thrive with your new knowledge. Take care.